This is the Crimson Recap on the SVI Sports Network. Focus on Star Valley High School sports, scores, and highlights from the previous week. The Crimson Recap is presented by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free checking, with local branches in Afton and Alpine, and online at gofirstbank.com. And now, here's your host of the Crimson Recap, Jake Hibbard.
Hey, welcome in. We had a hiatus last week due to some frigid temperatures. Temps raised just a smidge, but a whole lot more competition. So we'll get into all of that, whether it was the Tiger Grizz for the girls and boys wrestling programs for Star Valley. Really good performances there. Indoor track was finally able to get out as well. And the Star Valley boys basketball program picked up a win over rival Jackson, although it was hard fought. We start today with the Star Valley girls basketball program, who got a pair of wins over the weekend. First up, it was Jackson, 72-7, the final. Yeah, you heard that one right. 72-7. They got their 27th straight win over their rival. And post-game, Kate Erickson talked about Kenley Engelhardt, who had a game-high 17, and the importance that her impact has had on the team's cohesiveness.
Playing very well right now. I'm going to knock on wood and hope she continues to stay healthy and everything goes along with it. But we've talked a lot throughout the year. If Kenley stays in the game and stays out of foul trouble, it makes a world of difference for sure.
And sorry to cut Coach off there, but that's what we call in the business foreshadowing. Because you see, just a little bit later, when they had to take on Soda Springs a couple of nights later, well, Kenley Engelhardt, in an overtime period, had fouled out, as well as fellow point guard Bailey Erickson. So what does Star Valley do without its star on the court? We jump you right into overtime here after Star Valley gave up a 16-point lead. They trail by one with less than 80 seconds to go. Soda Springs trying to run out the clock, but Emily Dana with the 5-second player control turnover. Can't hold on to the ball all day long. Dana gets the turnover. Star Valley still down one, though. Shot goes up, no good. There's Dana with the putback attempt. Another one. Neither one goes, but that puts her to the free throw line. And Emily Dana would go on to tie the game up at 68-68 after missing the first, making the second. After those free throws, Emily Dana, who finished with a game-high 25 points, back in action. Let's take a look at Janetti Garbett driving inside here, missing. Dana with the rebound and then a foul puts her back at the free throw line. Well, free throws in the overtime period, it was more about how many you got than how many you made, as Dana again goes 1 of 2 of the line. But Star Valley now up 69-68. Now look at Garbett trying to run. Janetti drives, steps again, steps one more time. That's 3 if you're counting at home. It's a travel and another big Star Valley defensive play. Give them the ball back. Now up by 1 with 6 seconds left. Pass up ahead. Oh, you left Dana open. What? She makes it. Star Valley leads by 3 points. The clock looked like it ran out, but there was a foul that you saw on the inbound there. That means Soda Springs has one more chance. And Garbett, who had a game-high 35 points at the line for a couple of more opportunities. Garbett makes the first, automatically tries to miss the second. Look what happens here. She throws it off the backboard, hits the rim, but she came in too early, so a lane violation called against Garbett. All Star Valley has to do now, get the inbound in, up by a couple, and they can win the game and avenge a 51-29 loss from earlier in the season. And no doubt about it, Emily Dana, that overtime hero, getting hugs all the way around. 2 starters out, doesn't matter. Star Valley with an incredible win to cap off the weekend. Well, don't forget that the Star Valley boys were also in action on Friday night in round 1 of the Snake River Shootout against the Jackson Bronx. A game Star Valley won 63-53 to improve to 8-3 on the season, and they got a healthy dose of teamwork with double figures from Max Jensen, Cash Lancaster, Cooper Lancaster, and Simon Gaskell. Let's hear from Coach Mitch Shumway as he talks about what he liked in the win over Jackson.
They're a good team. Their length's a problem for us, especially with the layoff that we've had. We had a little rest to shake off, but the boys showed some character. We talk a lot about that. I've said that before with character, and we need to build it. And they're a good team. They're going to be a handful by the end of the year. But Simon played really well. He was physical. lots to still work on and improve on, but I loved his effort down there. I thought Cash had a good game, hit some big shots in the third. Just a good effort all around. That's been our story all year, is balance. I couldn't really tell you each night who's going to score, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's tougher to scout.
Jumping over to wrestling, we had the Tiger Grizz over the weekend for Star Valley. The boys finished in 6th place, and the girls, another first-place finish. Individually, Vale Foreman also took 1st place and continues her undefeated run as a high school wrestler. She took down 31-0 Roxy Sheen out of Buell in the final and also took out the number 2 and number 3 seeds in the tournament to get into the final round. Other finishers for the girls in the top 3, Paisley Smith made it to the championship and finished in 2nd place, and Shaylee Kuntz took 3rd. On the boys' side, finishing in 6th overall as a team, their top placers were Levi Bird and Tel Perry in 3rd place, and then Caleb Morrison, Porter Merritt, and Cooper Burke, who you see wrestling right there, in 4th place. The Tiger Grizz, always one of the most competitive wrestling tournaments in our region, so placing in the top 4, pretty big deal. As I mentioned, indoor track and field for Star Valley was able to go in some capacity this weekend at the BYU invite, and congratulations to Habamu Wetzel for taking 1st place for Star Valley in the 1-mile race. Now let's take a look at what's to come for Star Valley Athletics in the coming week. Coming up tomorrow, we have a rescheduled boys basketball game against Marsh Valley at Star Valley. That starts at 6 p.m. The girls will be taking on Preston on the road at 6 o'clock as well. Thursday, the 25th, we've got girls and boys basketball back into conference on the road at Red Devil Gymnasium, taking on Evanston 6 and 7:30 p.m. Friday, January 26th, the girls and boys wrestling programs head out to the Ron Thon Invitational in Riverton. That'll continue on Saturday. On Saturday, also, indoor track will be at either Weber State or Idaho Falls, and girls and boys basketball will be at home against the Green River Wolves, 3:30 and 5 o'clock, the times for those tip-offs. And that's it for our Crimson Recap this week. I'm Jake Hibbert, and I'll see you next Monday.